Hello, internet. I'm sorry if it's loud, but I have the fan on full blast behind me, blowing out the window so that it's creating a suction thingy to pull in the finally below 30 degrees Celsius air from outside and pushing all of the warm air outside. But that's completely beside the point. Hello and welcome. Welcome back if you've been here before. My name is Alaya. This is my friend, confidant, bestie, Vili. I'm just having a very late lunch. And yeah, like before I get into my upper body workout today. And then I'm headed to a friend's birthday party. That friend lives on the complete opposite end of town, kind of close to where I've already been today because I work in that area, or ish. But yeah, so I have been contemplating not going, but I want me and that person to be in each other's lives more again. We've only recently, like in the last year or two, it's been a slow process of kind of like returning to each other's lives. We didn't have a falling out or anything. It just kind of fizzled out, and also like we did, like there were conflicts, there was hurt that I think either of us weren't super great at communicating slash just really putting the work in for a while. But I think that, I think we're both really committed to trying to be in each other's lives again. And however that looks now, because we used to be very, very close and talk to each other every day for a while, which is not something I do with anyone anymore these days. So anyway, I just thought I'd come on here because I really like these. I wanna, like, the fact that I've been making these short videos, short-ish, just rambly, or also vertical videos, almost daily recently. I think it's helping with whatever. I don't know. But I just wanted to talk about how I had such an amazing improv session yesterday. Like I think I've talked on here before how, and I think also probably in the last video, that I started doing improv theater in February, and it's been going pretty well. I think it's been a mixed bag in the beginning, but a couple of weeks ago things really started to click, and both with improv, although that is still a bit more like the improv of it all, that is still a skill set that I am very new at exploring, that is just, improv entails just such a vast variety of skills, and it is a lot to juggle all at once, especially at the beginning. So I feel like that is still a bit more wobbly, or like kind of, some weeks it's going really well and others less so. And I think it also really depends, like it depends on so many different things. It depends on the format that we're doing, it depends on my mood or whatever, on the people that I play with, on the input. I don't know. But the one thing that I feel like has clicked and means that I generally am having a good time, at improv, even if I'm, I don't know, not being the best improv partner maybe, or if if I feel lost, is I I found my I feel like I'm back into, or I don't even know if it's a back thing or if it's a finally embracing of my, I don't even know, like in like almost intrinsic orientation towards acting and really embodying a role, an emotion. Uh, yeah, yeah. I don't know. It's just so much fun. And yesterday, was it was not a normal session. It was kind of a, yeah, it's almost like a, summer goodbye, whatever, because the improv group or classes that I participate in are organized by students and facilitated by kind of student organizations. So they're taking a break over the summer, and yesterday was the very last session, or like before the summer, and we went to get some pizza before, and then we did an all you can watch, which I think usually like works a little differently. Usually it's, I think, a format that is also utilized in like actual improv shows where people perform in front of an audience, that where then I think more and more people go on stage and people play as long as there, or like play until there are less people in the audience than there are on stage, or something like that. I'm not sure. I'm very new to this. But because we're all there to play yesterday, we did it a little differently, and we just had, I don't know, I think 8 or 9 different formats that were written down on a sheet of paper, and everyone could just put their name down next to whatever formats that they wanted to participate in, which I think was also, so the variety of formats and me being able to choose the ones that I know I do better in, as well as there just like being a lot less pressure, since it was both the kind of beginners and more advanced people all thrown together. And it's, it felt like the pressure was like was less pressure, and it wasn't gonna be like a coaching scenario. It was just gonna be having fun, which it tends, like, I think it tends to be in some sessions and not so much in others. But yeah, yesterday I just had such an amazing time, and like just had so much fun. And on top of that, other people really seem to enjoy my performances as well, which obviously is also great. Like, if I'm having fun playing and other people are having fun watching, that's just, I mean, a win-win, I guess. And yeah, and I think I was just thinking of that because I was listening to one of my horoscopes for this week, and where they were talking about Jupiter moving into Leo, and I don't know, and what that might mean for me, for someone with my chart or my rising sign. And I mean, yeah, I feel so excited about life right now. I feel like leaning into this thing that I always wanted to do, even though maybe as a child I didn't even have a very clear idea of what that would entail, but I always knew that I wanted to act, and now I'm doing it. I'm not obviously doing it in any professional capacity yet, but I'm just, it's part of my life right now in different kinds of ways, and I'm yeah, I'm making more space for it, and I'm prioritizing it, and it feels like I'm finally, I feel like yeah, I feel like I don't want to get kind of too deep into this, but and I've had this realization a couple times before, but like I think 2 weeks ago or something, I was talking to a friend about how I'm kind of scared of, like, or that I'm noticing that I'm scared of letting go of this, like, of a specific idea or place that, yeah, of a specific idea of being in romantic relationships, and also, like, even though I've kind of arrived at a point where I really no longer want my life to revolve around one, like I no longer just want, but I actually like, or like I no longer just want to not want, but I actually no longer want that specific type of relationship in my, like, my body. It just, like, doesn't feel good, but that there was still a part of me that was holding on because, like, to the way that I kind of held that sort of relationship up as something that would fulfill me in a kind of spiritual or transcendental way, because, like, even though I've been finding meaning other places, I've still, like, in the last couple of years, I still felt like there was something, like, there's always, like, I still always felt like there's something missing from my life, and, like, this hole that I'm trying to fill. And then I had this realization 2 weeks ago where I was talking to a friend. I was like, I don't know, like, I feel like if I've actually let go of the way that I pursue or have been thinking about romantic relationships for most of my life, I'm really scared of that hole, like, that this will leave behind. Like, how do I fill that hole? But also I'm kind of, yeah, feeling that maybe I am holding on to this idea of relationship because I'm scared of kind of committing to, I guess, myself and my desires in other ways. And yeah, I don't know, this feels very much just like the beginning of a journey. Oh God, the word journey. I feel like, are we using that word? I feel like I definitely never stopped using the word journey, but anyway, I feel like I'm no longer seeking. I feel like I'm actually here doing, like, and like, when it comes to anything to do with acting, it just feels like I'm living. It feels like I'm being here. And I'm no longer seeking and looking towards a future where I have the thing that I currently don't have. And yeah, and that feels very profound. So I'm very curious if that is a feeling that will continue to accompany me, that will stay, how that will change or not. Or, I mean, obviously things will change because everything is always changing, but like, you know what I mean. Also, I am actually kind of in a hurry, or I'm not in a hurry. It's fine but yeah, I just, like, I do want to get my workout in. I also still have to finish my food, and I don't want to leave the house later than 7:30. because I'm old. No, but because I've been up for a while, and because it takes me a while to get to my friend, and yeah. Okay. Bye. Thank you for listening. See you next time.